Holy fuck, it's episode 2! Welcome everybody to Bren Figures It Out, episode 2. I think eventually I'd really like to have a theme song and everything like that. I haven't quite set it up. I would love for the Royal Bloods Figure It Out to be it, but I think that might be a little on the nose, and there's no fucking way I'm ever going to afford the licensing rights for that. Okay, today on the show we're going to be talking about what the hell we're going to do, what the next step is. Any new movies I've watched, anything fun that's happened in my life or anything like that. Not that you guys are too interested, but hopefully my fun little anecdotes about my horrible luck will give some of you an enjoyment or, at least some sort of smile on your face. Today's honey I'm smoking is a sativa. It's apple chunk. It's the Green Cuisine flavor. I don't know if the strain is apple chunk or just the flavor. I don't really know. To be honest, I don't know if there's an apple chunk strain. I should have looked that up and did the research, but again, this is a one-man show, and sometimes I don't remember to do everything. Again, marijuana kind of affects the memory. Fuck you! I am also smoking an indica blend, which is like an amber rose. It's supposed to be really, really good. And I'll be switching off taking hits from either of those. The problem is I will have to put the camera down for that. I am doing my own camera holding, so you'll notice a jostle from time to time. Usually that's either from me coughing, which you can obviously see, or I'm kind of a jittery person, so sometimes I bounce my leg and everything like that, so you can get a little bit of an aspect of what's going on, especially like anxiety, shaking, whatever the fuck, which we definitely helped with. Let's see what's been going on. I just saw Batman v Superman for like the 4th time in the cheap theaters, and I know a lot of you are like, really? You saw that piece of shit again? Dude, I am telling you, the more you watch that fucking movie, the better it is. I mean, Ben Affleck actually does a really good job as Batman. The one thing I would say about that movie, about Ben Affleck's performance, is that he likes to start from looking away from camera a lot. But I think he does that in a lot of movies. He's just like, must be the Gotham City in me. I need to kill this person. Which, is fine. People do that kind of stuff. I need to put my camera down right now because somebody's pulling in and they're going to be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And they don't realize that I'm sitting here micing myself and recording myself and picking shit out of my eyes, using this as a mirror, which is what most people do, isn't it? Use camera phones as mirrors nowadays. Yeah, this person just pulled right in and parked like the most awkward angle I've ever seen anybody park, and he's probably taking up 4 parking spots doing it. It's a good thing he has a minivan. It's quite cumbersome of a vehicle. So anyways, I resaw it because it was in the cheap theater, and I thought it'd be really fun to go see it again. And it was. There's still parts you pick up on every time. And like I said, and the cinematographer just came out and said that the extended cut's not going to change your opinion of the film. Well, I mean, maybe. But it all depends if you didn't buy in the first place. If you were so pissed that you weren't going to buy in the first place, that's fine. And I guess because of the way it's shot and everything like that, I could see how some people would look at it and view it through a scope that, I mean, this is realistic. It's like you want me to buy into Superman and Batman being in a realistic world, but then you're coming up with campy storylines to get them together. And it's just not meshing well. And I get that. I really do. And where Marvel succeeded, where everybody else failed, is they tried making it a semi-realistic world, but without getting too many attachments to a realistic world. Warner Brothers is stuck on the fact that Nolan's Batman did so well, and he's like, this is all realism, based in reality. And and it didn't quite work for the last one. I think the last one, although I love Tom Hardy, I think just kind of continued through because of the previous movie before that, with Heath Ledger knocking it out of the park. And I would like to point out the fact that Christian Bale, not my favorite Batman at all. I mean, he plays an okay Bruce Wayne and a semi-okay Batman, but fucking, he doesn't really look the part. The outfit, because it was all realism and stuff, looked clunky to me. I mean, yeah, it was a great movie and everything like that, but it had its problems just like everything else. And fuck did I hate his, I'm Batman, I'm Batman. I mean, seriously, knock it the fuck off. I mean, who the fuck... I mean, seriously. And I know a lot of people are going to get this, but I think Ben Affleck might be my favorite Batman so far. Although I'm a huge Keaton fan. I'm not going to lie, I did like Val Kilmer over fucking Christian Bale. I did not like his fucking movie. I did not like his movie. There was parts that I enjoyed. Tommy Lee Jones was outlandish and dumb, and Schumacher fucked up the whole thing. I like Jim Carrey's performance. A lot of them were like, oh, he's really animated and shit. Well, yeah, so was the Riddler. And I think he did an amazing job at that character and brought it to life. That was probably one of the best parts of that film. And Val Kilmer did an okay job. The story was horrible, and Schumacher made some interesting decisions. I wouldn't have made the same decisions, but again, if I would have made the movie, it probably wouldn't have made as much money anyways, because I'm not saying I'm more talented than him or anything like that. I'm just saying it didn't follow through to my taste or anything. I would love to be like, yeah, I'm more talented than that fucking Schumacher guy. Fuck him. But let's be realistic and stuff. If I was more talented than them, I'd be directing big blockbuster movies like him and Michael Bay and producing and everything like that, but I'm not. I'm here talking to you guys with an awesome Star Wars t-shirt. That being said, they tried going for a lot. And I understand where they came from. And I liked Lex Luthor. I really did. The second time through, I liked him even more. I saw what he was going for. It was a realistic genius who had problems, who was experimented on and beat by his father. And he's struggling just like Batman is. Down to a fucking T. And everybody's like, why does he hate this? Yeah, I mean, you got to read into it in a little bit. And let me tell you what I think. And this may be different from what you guys think, so please comment, let me know. I think it's because he knows how smart he is. He always has. Even as a child. But like he said, nothing saved him from his daddy's rage or abominations or experiments. So he definitely got fucked with it by his father. And you saw the breakdown when he was trying to give a speech at his thing when he gave money to the library. And he's like, knowledge without power is paradoxical! And he starts freaking out. And it's just like, oh my god, here's this dude who's extremely fucking intelligent and is just so fucking vulnerable right now. I mean, he flat out shows, he's like, dude, I'm like the smartest person in this room. And I feel so fucking powerless. And I couldn't stop my dad from doing this. And now this motherfucker comes down from space and he could burn this whole fucking place down. And I can't do anything to stop him. No, I fucking can do something to stop him. Okay. I'll buy it. Because I think that's what they were going for. And it actually seems to make a lot of sense the way he was acting and everything like that. He was eccentric as fuck. And he was super intelligent. And you could tell it was always about the next move, the next piece, the next puzzle part he can put into place, and that's exactly who Lex Luthor is. There's been a few times I've seen him. I'm not a big fan of Lex Luthor. Although if they're going to keep putting him like this, I might actually start liking him more. Again, I'm not a big Superman fan. I told you guys that last time. It's not that I have a problem with Superman. It's just give me a break. I mean, come on. Who cares? But I really, I like this incarnation of Lex Luthor. He's super smart, but he's not as... he's not as into himself. He's not as narcissistic. He doesn't believe in himself as much. I mean, he believes in his own abilities, but you definitely can see the rage bubbling over that he felt helpless. And I liked that. Because it gives him more of a purpose. Than the one in the comic just seemed like he was a smart guy. He just wanted to cut corners and he kept running into Superman, and then he just decided to keep killing Superman so he'd get him out of his way. Okay, but, eventually you're going to get other people who are pissed at that person for doing the same thing. It's not just going to be Superman. But whatever. I do enjoy this incarnation better. I do. I like it. I like it a lot. I think this movie was good. Again, the story had problems. I think the basis for this movie is good. I think they had the pieces together. The story had problems and it had loopholes, and that might not get fixed by the extended cut, which is like 30-something minutes long. longer. And it may or may not. I don't care. Yes, it's going to have its holes and stuff, but you have to fill those in as a fan, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Why do we have to do that? And it's like, dude, fucking Transformers made over $1 billion, and that fucking plot had so many holes. Like, be careful, don't fall into that plot hole. Every 3 fucking seconds, and it made no goddamn sense. But it was giant robots fighting, and that's why you went to go see it. I mean, you're going to see this to see Batman and Superman on the screen. You did. You saw a great incarnation of Batman, in fact. Yeah, there were some problems with it, but it's a comic book movie, and granted, everybody's comparing it to the yardstick that Disney has going, but you also have to understand that Disney hasn't really felt the struggle of bombs as of recently with the Marvel Universe. Even their lowest costing ones were still in effect, and they were still part of the plan that was coming through. And that's what that's what Warner Brothers was trying to do, but Warner Brothers is looked at from a different aspect because they were able to come out of the gate with bigger movies. It's like the first Batman was a blockbuster. And then Batman Begins did okay, and a lot of people didn't really catch it and stuff like that, and then the second one was just fucking huge. And it's understandable, but it's like the first Captain America, I think, made like $400 million, and it was like a $100 million budget. That was good, but I mean, by today's standards, that would have been looked at like, oh, well, that's okay, I guess. And I would say the Man of Steel made more money than that. I think it broke like almost 600 million. So, and people looked at it like, I mean, yeah, they had problems with the film otherwise, but they looked at it like it was more of a bomb. Like, it was looked at more of a stink pile than freaking Captain America was. And maybe that's because Captain America didn't really have his heyday in film, to where Superman has already had some big movies in film. I mean, Superman 1 was huge. Superman 2 would have been amazingly huge. I mean, it did good. But let's face it, I think Donner kind of fucked that one. Not Donner. I'm sorry, Lester. Lester kind of fucked that one. The Donner cut, I think, was way more amazing. And Superman 3 and 4 were obviously gigantic flops. And then you had Superman Returns, which was by far the best Superman movie ever to grace the silver screen. It wasn't boring at all. Anyways, no, I did find it horribly boring, and I do have problems with comic book movies if they are boring, if any way, shape, or form. Like the first Hulk movie, I could deal with a bad comic book movie. Like you guys said, everybody's saying that Batman v Superman is bad, and I bought into it. I thought it was good. The acting was pretty good, actually. Ben Affleck did a pretty good job. The story had its problems and stuff, but the special effects was right on. So all in all, it should get a passing grade from me, at least. So I'm going to give it a C+, almost a B. But the more I watch it, each performance is given something different. Like Ben Affleck's performance, I'm giving it an A-, almost an A, because he fucking knocks it out of the park as a fucking Batman. Gail Gadot gets an A performance. Henry Cavill, B. Fucking the first time I watched Jesse Ellensberg do Lex Luthor, C. Now he's up to a B+, because I really dig on the way he's doing it and stuff. Jeremy Irons was in an A performance and stuff like that. People put in good performances of this. But I cannot deal with boring fucking comic book movies. And people are like, well, what about Green Lantern? Green Lantern, and I'll put it to you like this. If a comic book movie is forgettable, it's also considered boring in my eyes. Okay? And I don't remember much of Green Lantern. The parts I do remember were just kind of lackluster and slow, so I think it was boring. The first Hulk movie with Eric Bana, oh my god, if that guy had any less chemistry, he would fucking be an elementary school science. We're talking, that was a horrible, horrible fucking joke, and I don't know why I went for it. But if he had any less chemistry, seriously, he's almost unwatchable in this damn movie, and it's funny as shit. And then you have him across from Nick Nolte, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on in this goddamn movie? But you have your good ones, and you have your bad ones. But alright, we're coming to an end. About 15 seconds left of my 15-minute max. We'll talk to you guys later. Sorry about that horrible joke. You know I'm not. Fuck you guys. Listen to it. Enjoy that fucking horrible joke, and you tell it to your friends. No? Later.